What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we have this absolutely beautiful 2017 Range Rover Sport SVR, and in this video I just want to give you guys a full tour and review of this beautiful Range Rover, talk about its really amazing performance data and its cool technology and stuff like that. I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Arlington Auto Group for providing me this car today. They provided me a ton of the other cool cars you've seen me film, so if you're interested in this one or any others that I filmed, be sure to check out their website. I'll go ahead and link it in the description below. This is actually my first experience checking out a Range Rover in general. I think I've sat in maybe one or two of them in the past, but I've never really had the opportunity to take a deep dive into one of these things, and I've always really loved them. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get on started. So like I said in the intro, this is a 2017 Range Rover SVR. This is Astoral Blue. It's an absolutely beautiful color, and as you can see, even on this kind of cold, cloudy winter day, it really does pop. And because this is the SVR, right up front you have an amazing aggressive front diffuser, the little SVR badge. In the bottom right here, you have some functional air intakes or cooling ducts right there. The blacked out grille, the blacked out Range Rover badge. This body style Range Rover Sport came out in 2013, I believe it is. And since this is a 2017, it is not the facelift, but you still have some really nice HID headlights there with the LED running lights. Under the hood of the 2017 SVR, you can see you have a 5-liter supercharged V8. Makes 550 horsepower and 502 foot-pounds of torque. It's connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's obviously all-wheel drive. Does 0 to 60 in like 4.5 seconds, I believe, and it gets 14 miles per gallon in the city and 19 on the highway. Coming around this side of the SVR, you can see these absolutely beautiful 21-inch wheels. They are factory painted in black here, and you can see the matching brake calipers behind it in Astoral Blue as well. You have some actually fake grills right here, but they do look nice, especially with the contrast on the exterior paint. And because, like I was saying, this is the SVR, you have some really nice gloss black window trim, mirrors. Looks really good. Quick look at the back seat here. It is absolutely freezing out here, guys, so I'm trying to get the exterior portion of this shot pretty quickly, but you can see beautiful door panels back here, the Meridian sound system, the carbon fiber inserts. You can see the carbon fiber buckets in the front. We'll get to that in a second, but these beautiful rear seats as well have their amazing, SVR pattern, nice bolstering. And then also back here you have rear climate controls, you have rear heated seats, as well as for the temperature quad zone climate. And then you also have soft closed doors, so if we just close that, you can see finishes the rest of the door closing sequence. Blacked out Range Rover badge, SVR badge, aggressive rear diffuser with those 4 exhaust pipes. The exhaust on this SVR sounds amazing, and we'll get to that in a second. But if you go ahead and pop the tailgate, obviously it's full power, and you have a ton of storage back here. It is still a Range Rover, obviously. You have the floor mats currently, but if we take a quick look under here, you can see spare tire, things of that nature, and then those seats actually fold down. And then on the passenger side of the SVR, I can't stress to you guys how much I absolutely love this color, but if we take a quick look at the rear seat back here as well, on this side, obviously no different from the driver's side. And then on the passenger side, things get a bit more interesting. You have some carbon fiber inlays there. This is actually storage right here. You can see that pops out. You have 3-person memory for the passenger seat, aluminum door handle, the Meridian sound system, and then like I said, in the back seat, these beautiful bucket seats with the SVR logo, full power. Obviously these actually have inflatable bolsters that will support you in kind of the tighter corners. Just absolutely beautiful. And then the glove box is actually that button right up there. And one cool little Easter egg, you can see it's hiding right there, but if you open the rear door as well, you can see a little SV, Special Vehicle Operations logo right there stamped into the body panel. Just want to show you guys the key. Here it is, nice little Range Rover logo on there. Lock, unlock, and this button on the left is actually to turn the headlights on, so I guess you can find it in a parking lot at night or something like that. Let's go ahead and start the SVR up. We'll go ahead and put it in accessory mode first, and then open the exhaust valves with this button right here in the center console. Put your foot on the brake and we'll give it a start. Incredible. This thing sounds like an absolute animal. The SVR, you're greeted right in front of you by this fully digital instrument cluster controlled by this little dial on the left of the steering wheel. You can go ahead and cycle through the various vehicle settings, vehicle information. If we go back to the heads-up display, you can see it right there. You can adjust what content you'd like for it to have displayed. Right now, obviously, it's the speed limit, the gear indicator, and the actual speed we're traveling. You have other options in here, obviously, besides the display content, obviously the vehicle settings, but I don't think you can have like a full map or anything like that. That might have come on the 2018 refresh, but still very, very nice. Clear display, good resolution. Moving to the center screen, this is actually the slightly refreshed version of the infotainment, so you can see, you can swipe through, have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have the in-control apps, which was, I think, Jag and Land Rover's older version of like vehicle systems for your cell phone and stuff like that. You can see, yeah, you have to connect your phone. So you go to cameras. This is a really cool thing of Range Rovers. You have full 360, and then if you actually click this button right here, you can cycle through the various actual cameras based on kind of where you want to look, what direction of the vehicle you want to look at. So that's very, very cool. If we exit out of that, this kind of row of buttons or row of, you know, options right here always stays there, which is good, so you don't kind of lose track. And whatever menu you're in, these are your HVAC controls. Pretty self-explanatory. The one cool thing is if you actually push down on the temperature dial, you can control the level of the heated seat that you'd like, and that works for both sides, obviously, which is very, very cool. Nice integration of that. Fan speed right in the middle. This is the controller for the 8-speed auto. You just put your foot on the brake, put it in reverse like so. Obviously, the cameras pop up. Pull it down into drive, kick it over into sport mode, and obviously you have manual control right here, as well as on the steering wheel paddles. And then to put it in park, you can just press that button. That's really cool how it does that. Below the gear selector, this is sort of the Range Rover signature panel, if you will. You have all the off-road settings. If you go ahead and press that little dial, it pops up, and you can scroll through the various menus that you'd like. Sorry for the flickering, it's just the camera. It doesn't actually do that, but you can see rock crawl, sand, and mud ruts, something like that. And then once you want to select it, or actually just go push it down back into auto. This is for hill descent control. I believe this is low range for the four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive system. This little rocker is for the air suspension to raise and lower it. The exhaust button, which I showed you earlier, the traction control. This, I believe, is a limiter button for maybe going off-road if you don't want to go a certain speed. And then the auto start stop as well. And then the very last thing down here is the electronic parking brake. One cool thing I actually just found out about this panel, if we go ahead and press up again to activate it and then turn it to the left to go to dynamic, and you will see the gauge cluster actually switches to a more sporty layout. Outside of that, you still have a little bit of storage right here, cup holders, and then in the center console, you have your USB, obviously, for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And I believe this section actually does come out, so you could have a little bit more storage, and that's actually the refrigerator, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, these Range Rovers do have a fridge in the center console, which is cool as well. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick tour and review of this beautiful 2017 Range Rover Sport SVR. Once again, huge thank you and shout out to Arlington Auto Group in the Washington, D.C. area for providing me this car to review today. If you're interested in this one or the other cool ones they have in their inventory, I'll go ahead and link their website below. But if you did enjoy, please be sure to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.